Just where is he going to go? Just how much is he going to throw down Sanji's character? Just how much more are we gonna get clear that this arc is gonna be a Karma Houdini arc? No fan likes that, but it's clear that that's actually beginning to happen. And to think, I just watched a theory video, and now I'm watching this, I'm beginning to have second thoughts. Yes, I am talking about One Piece, chapter 853, and this is me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer, bringing you the chapter of it. And first of all, a funny cover. Some turtles getting moved by Bartolomeo and Gambia's story about the Straw Pirates. First of all, we finally get the names of Big Mom's hat. Apparently, it's not named Tycoon; it's named Napoleon because because he was so much associated with the Tycoon, not Tycoon, bicorn hats. Either way, yes, she did indeed defeat Brook, and he is in prison clothes, and she reveals the shocking secret that Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon are basically homies that have her souls in it, a fragment of her souls in it, meaning they could not only resist Brook's powers, but also, well, make her stronger. This also explains exactly why Napoleon can seemingly have telepathy to all the different homies, because after all, since the homies are made out of Big Mom's power, and he or it is made by Big Mom's soul itself, then that means it's telepathically linked to all the homies. So the only way to defeat Big Mom is basically to separate that head from her, no, not that hat from her head, and somehow neutralize Prometheus and Zeus. Doing that, and maybe her threat level slightly decreases. Either way, Big Mom just pets them, and then she describes something that pisses me off even more. Somehow, Big Mom, after all, has a triumph card to read the pornoglyph. I just want to throw a huge angry temper tantrum right now. I knew it. I just knew Big Mom had a triumph card. The way Baron Tamago talked about the pornography and stuff, and given how wide Big Mom's network is, it's obvious she has a triumph card. But what that is, I don't know. But she mentions Roger's name. I won't make the same mistake I did back then with Roger, so what does that mean? We don't know how old Big Mom is. In fact, I'm actually starting to still wonder, does she steal lifespan from other people and can inject it into herself, therefore prolonging her life? She looks old, but she doesn't exactly look old like Whitebeard. But apparently she is searching for a way to hear the voice of all things. That was the way how Roger could read the pornoglyph. But apparently she has a ace in the hole. Whatever that ace in the hole is, we do not know, but I have a very big feeling it must be Pudding. And speaking of Pudding, she appears, and Big Mom mentions something about her third eye, which she being a little bit bratty half-pint about. But as soon as she sees Brooke, she puts on her act again. Gotta say that turns my stomach to see that this is actually the first time she's actually genuine in her, not, and when we met her in Reju, that was also genuine, but now we finally see her thinking, and that's also genuine. It's also pissing me off. But this confirms that actually her third eye is not her devil fruit power, but apparently it belongs to a species clan similar to those of the humans and the fishmen, called the Three-Eyed Tribe. And it's not exactly known what that third eye does, but Pudding doesn't believe that she can awaken that power because she's half breed, mixed. But that should mean that Big Mom has practically had sex with every kind of species she could find. Ugh, that's so disgusting. Speaking of which, Baron Tamago we still see some fight, or actually, it seems like his name changes every time. The last time we saw the fight, it turns out that Baron Tamago had a devil fruit, but now it turns out that, well, it seems that he changes names from each and every time he uses his devil fruit, because he suddenly is Viscount Chic, and there he looks like a bird. But when Pedro slashes from him again, he evolves once again, and this apparently to Count Chicken. Apparently, Baron Tamago, or whatever his true name is, ate the Tama Tama no Mi, which is basically the egg fruit. So he's going through different evolutions. His first form is Baron Tamago. His second form is Viscount Chic if he gets hurt again. And the third one is Duke Chicken. So every time it breaks, he's reborn stronger. And Pedro tries to finish him off before he evolves into that. And speaking of which, that's gotta be a very weird devil fruit. I actually have no idea if it's Soen or just a very highly advanced Paramecia. In a way, it almost looks like a mythical Soen, but I don't think it's a mythical Soen, just a very advanced Paramecia. So the gangs tries to save, let's just say Baron Tamago for now. Uh, but that's what Pedro counted on. Pulls down a dynamite and plans to blow them all to sky high. And seemingly seems to do that way, but I have a very big feeling Baron Tamago, whatever his real name is, survived. And so did Pedro, thanks to Chopper managed to pull him into the mirror world before the explosion took him, which I actually believe he will do. And they are safe in that mirror place. So technically that mirror place is the only safe place on Whole Cake Island. Unless of course the Big Mom family asks where Brule is. Either way, we see Carrot's drawing skills, and let me just say, well, I don't exactly know if that's bad or good. I mean, it doesn't exactly as bad as Luffy's, but Carrot seems to have an odd habit of drawing every single one a bit feminine looking. And then she also says in a translation, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell us where these people are." And they tell them that Nami's with Jinbei. Elsewhere, Riju manages to pull in Luffy when he's being reckless, and she tells him that Sanji already know. And speaking of Riju, her legs are mighty fine, I gotta say. And also Luffy's stomach grows even higher than ever, but he still refuses to eat. And he's bloodied, he's battered, and he decided to, having he heard that from Riju, he is satisfied, but he's gonna wait for Sanji at the promised place. And then we switch to Sanji, who still are very scared, wondering, even though what Riju says, even though the handcuffs are fake, even though she says that the wind smokes will kill, or Jerma will kill Seth, even if he cooperates, the words of Big Mom and of Pudding and of Judge still hang high in his mind, and even also he still feels the guilt of him of trying to be that jerk-ass facade. As he says, "I cannot go back, Luffy," or wonders if it's no going back, Luffy. So, just how much more? Just how much more is Oda gonna undermine Sanji's character? What happened to Mr. Prince? I mean, I'm just seriously asking. I'm not asking people if anyone is sending hate mail to Oda, but now I'm actually seriously beginning to get wondering. Yeah, there's no ways people are okay with this. Not even Japan. They cannot be okay with this moment is Sanji's place. And also, I haven't seen the dish yet, so it's very heartwarming that Luffy believes in Sanji and will wait him at that place. But as he jumps and crash lands into the house, he alerts everyone else. His stomach growls even higher than ever. He's battered, he's exhausted. The only thing that drives Luffy right now is hope and willpower alone. And let me tell you, I will never undermine that. Hope and willpower is something that can get them very far, and one of the further proofs that Luffy can survive this and actually eventually surpass Big Mom. But Sanji, I don't think he will go to that place. He's saying there's no going back, or he can't go back. Sanji is a kind-hearted character. He feels bad for everything else, and he is still wondering about the Baratre. But Luffy said to Riju, if he could, he will actually go all over the Ace Blue and protect them. So it's also, so yeah, it's an admirable chapter. The fact with Luffy's having so much faith in Sanji. And the Big Mom's special homies are also kind of neat, as well as Pedro. But I still see no counterattack. Luffy needs to eat, and quickly! He has no stamina left. So that's basically this chapter. Give me your thoughts if you have any.